wellness to the tribe. Welcome in. Today we got a great subject. Tapping in because this is something that's heavy on my mind. And I was wondering if it's on your mind too. Join me as we have an informal discussion about this as I have me some of my nice cream that I made. It has some coconut and pumpkin seed. It has coconut and pumpkin seed clusters. Tastes so good. I'm just gonna wait till some people come in and then we'll get to talking. Hey, peace and love, elevated peace and love. Glad you're here. Hopefully you stay for the topic. It's definitely going to be one that makes you say, and think about some things. I hope you're having a great Sunday. I'm going to tell you why my Sunday was so great. As soon as you pop in. Tell me what you got going on today. I'm just going to wait a few more minutes. And then I'm going to get in on topic because this right here has to be talked about. Hey, I'm not boogie time though. Is boogie time in here? This is Queen's Alchemy. How you doing, Rudy? How you doing? I'll say 1113, but you know my number's 22. Welcome in, welcome in. When you come in, if you do me two favors, like the live, share the live. This is getting ready to be epic. I'm giving it 5 minutes, and then we're going to be in here kicking the game, y'all. I'm just having, like I said, my elevator. That's the I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about right there. Can I pin that? Can I pin that? How I pin it? I don't know how to pin it. Oh, there it go. I pinned a message up here. I want y'all to understand this is the kind of thing that I'm speaking about right here. So we getting ready to talk about it. Anybody out here looking to save their mental health, want to preserve their mindset, watch what I tell you. Peace and love, peace and love, peace, love, and wellness. Welcome in. Mary's Life Journey. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. Welcome in Mary's Life Journey. This is my tribe member. Thank you so much for being here. Glad to see you. Glad to see you. I'm getting ready to get started. Give me one moment. I pull up one thing. Oh, I can't do it. Okay. All right, so here we go. This is the topic, y'all. So y'all saw the subject. The subject is quitting my 9 to 5 the best thing I can do for my mental health? Something like that. Because it is definitely impacting mental health. Okay, so I know so many people that are struggling, not because they work a 9 to 5 per se, but they're struggling with their mental health because they just don't have the time. When we start to talk about time, I posted on my page yesterday how time is really an illusion. And, it's been put on us to create a construct to control the outcome. We think it's something to measure, something that allows us to be in a space at the right place at the right time. We don't need anything to tell us to be in the right place at the right time. We have internal clocks. These external clocks are all off. How can Arizona, California, and New Jersey all have different times. How is that possible? How is it Eastern Standard Time, Mountain Standard Time? How is it in Egypt? It's in Egypt right now, it's nighttime. Because time does not exist. And so when we put ourselves in a place where we start to talk about things that don't really exist, but we make them part of our lives, and we stress ourselves out trying to be something, or be something that we're not. Because all we're supposed to do is just be. We're not supposed to be working every day, all day, more hours out of the day we're working than we are actually spending time with family, right? Or spending time with self. You can't even do anything per se. Now watch this. These are some talking points that I pulled up that I think are reasons that it impacts our mental health, right? So Elevated put in here, I have been resting for the plantation and the rising. Let me explain something to you. Today is a work day for me. I'm supposed to be on the plantation. Today has been the best day because I was not on the plantation. I did exactly what I wanted to do, and I did it all day. But by the time this time of day came around, this is why I'm even having this whole conversation, is because I started getting that anxiety. Like, oh my God, start thinking about tomorrow today. Like, I got to go into this plantation tomorrow. I got to show up tomorrow at this plantation. So these are things that, peace and love, peace and love, peace and wellness, my sister, welcome in. All right. So first of all, I pulled up 22 reasons. Y'all know that's my number. 22 reasons to quit your job for your mental health. I probably should go put my ice cream in the freezer because I'm probably not going to be able to eat it. Constant stress is damaging your body and your mind. So I'm going to tap into that because I am stressed out to a whole nother degree when it comes down to showing up for the plantation, which is what I call my 9 to 5. So I get stressed out so much when it comes down to showing up for the plantation. And it's making a difference on my body, and it's definitely impacting my mind. I catch myself sometimes in tears when I start to think about having to show up for a place and do a thing that I don't want to do. Do you realize that these employers do not care because they can replace you tomorrow? If we actually took what we, our divine ancestor, God, whatever it is you believe in, whatever it is you rock with, and we actually do that, because if it's not feeling right and it keeps coming back to you over and over and over and over again, then something's not right. And we're always trying to find a way out. Oh, I'm going to do this, and then when I get to this point, then I'm gonna not have to work no more. Do you know you're going to end up saying that same statement over and over and over again to the day you die? And do you understand that we're not here to live? Because if living consists of you having to be able to make a living, do you realize that's what that's called? When you go to work, you're making a living. You're not here to live. You're here to be. We're human beings, not human doings. Does that make sense? We're here to be, not do. The only time you should be doing is when you want to do. Do you realize that if we had an opportunity to choose when we wanted to work and when we didn't want to work, that it wouldn't be an issue? It wouldn't even be a problem. It wouldn't even be a... I'm telling you, I know if I had the opportunity, I would just show up. I would just show up whenever I got ready to show up. And a perfect example is today, I work for myself. I did some batch creating today. I got some things done here around at home. Yesterday I did some things. And I felt good because I was doing things for me. And then the other hand of that, right? The next thing, I talked about how anxiety spills over into your personal life. You get anxiety and then you can't even function with your family and friends because all you can think about is that you're so tired. You mentally drained. And then you get to the point where that next day coming where they give you these 2 funky days off. And sometimes for some people, they're not even consecutive days. They give you these 2 days off, or they convince you to work 10-hour days so you can have 3 days off. You know, it's almost like in The Color Purple when Sophia went to jail and then the mayor's wife got her out of jail, and she was like, she took her over to her family's house, and because she took her out of jail so she could come work for her as her maid. And then she took her over to her family's house for the holidays, for a whole day. So she told her, you can stay all day. You can stay all day. That's what she told her. And then as soon as something was wrong, she was like, nah, you got to go because I need you to be with me. I need you to do this for me. And this is exactly how the employers show up. I'm trying to tell you, this is how they do. They be like, oh, you get these whole 2 days. You get these whole 2 days. And you're supposed to be grateful for that? Our mental health is way much more important. Not just mental health, physical health. Do you know me even just sitting here talking to you right now, I have so much tension in my body because I'm talking about that place, that plantation, talking about being in a place that I don't want to be. It's almost like an inhumane, it's almost like it is inhumane, but it's almost like a prison. You know, we choose to do the things that we choose to do. And everybody says to themselves, you know, if you wanted to do it, you would do it. If you wanted to be here, you would be here. If you wanted to show up for me, you would show up for me. If you wanted to be consistent, you'd be consistent. That's not true when you work a 9 to 5. People are not trying to hear you saying to them, oh, if you cared about me, you would show up. How about you live this same crazy world that they live in? Nisha Antoinette, welcome into the live. Welcome into the live, and thank you for being part of the tribe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so anyway, so I was saying was the other thing that is a factor that plays a part in it, you know, so that's impacting your family life, your friend's life, you know, your friend life, your things like that. So your sleep is being disrupted. What I do for me, which is really wild, is I don't know about y'all, but I do know about y'all because most of y'all rock with me. I be up with y'all, right? Y'all be up all times of day and night. Do y'all know why y'all up all day and night? Because y'all trying to find the time to have for yourself. All that other time is given to somebody else that don't even deserve it. Don't deserve our energy. There's no amount of money that it can substitute the time. That's something you can never get back. You can never get it back. You will never get your time back. Thinking about as soon as I go to sleep and I wake up, it's the next day. It's time to do this thing again. And you're trying to reclaim that time. We always trying to reclaim our time. Then you consistently seeking, this is, I don't want to say validation, but you seeking, it's not even validation. Let me put it, I'm going to say this right. So for myself, I have this place of incomplete. Never do I feel like I've completed something or I have some completeness, because I constantly have to continue going. I never get to just break back and just do nothing. So I can make choices, but choices we know is the other hand of confusion and negativity. When somebody has to make a choice, then there's confusion in the pot, because that means that it's either this way or that way, instead of harmoniously one way, right? So soon as you got to make a choice on whether or not on your day off to wash your clothes or chill, or go see your family, your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, or chill, you got to make a choice to clean your house or not clean your house, make content or not make content, when you got to make a choice to decide to be with your grandbabies or not be with your grandbabies, when you're making choices like that, when that shouldn't even be a choice and this shouldn't even be a thing, think about it. Why are we making choices about our families when it comes down to these 9 to 5s? We don't make no choice about the 9 to 5. It's non-negotiable. We show up 9 to 5 to those jobs with no questions asked. And then the first thing that happens, soon as somebody needs us, we like, oh, I gotta go to work. I gotta go get on this plantation. Oh, I can't do it. My daughter asked me the other day, Ma, I want to pick up some extra hours at work. Are you working? Are you off? Can you keep the kids? What'd I say? I ain't off. I can't keep the kids. They can't come over here because I gotta work. So we can't even be there for our families because we're choosing this job first. What would have happened? Now let's flip the script. Peace and love. Welcome in the real Fee Nicole. Welcome in to all of those joining the live. I thank you for being sis. You are onto something with this. I have so much to do, and it's like I don't get it to do what I need or want to because of work. You about to make me cry, girl. Because it's true. It's true. It is so freaking true. It's so true. You cannot, it's not enough time. Like right now, I make decisions on Nisha say she tired of babysitting. But let me tell you something. I don't think it would be an issue for me to have my grandbabies, or even how about to go see the grandbabies I can't see because they live in a whole nother state, but I don't have the time off to get to that place, nor the resources if I actually take off, because everything play hand in hand. If you take off work and you don't have the PTO, what happens? Then you don't get paid for the time that you're off. So if you do anything that's extracurricular on that day off that you take off from the plantation, then you just spent money that you just didn't make. It's just an ongoing cycle. You know what I'm saying? The cycle just keeps going and going and going. Whew. And if you work in a place where the work environment is toxic, when you walk through the door, your energy feel like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Let me tell you something. If you walk into a place and the work environment feels horrible, you feel horrible energy when you walk through that door every day, do you know how much of a toll that take on your body? Mary's life journey, her story out there already. I was talking to this sister, right? We was talking. And we was talking one day, and the next day, what she spoke out of her mouth manifested right there. Maybe not the way she wanted it to, but it happened, and it was for her own good. Let me explain something to you. She was talking about how horrible and toxic her work environment was. How she dreaded getting up and doing that particular job. She talked about that. And when she was talking about it, all I could say is, I know what you mean. When I tell you I don't work for a horrible company, I don't. It makes me not like people. It makes me not want to interact. When I come here on YouTube, I do what I do on YouTube because it's what I want to do. It takes me out of that rat race of this reality over here. You know, yeah, elevated, yeah. It takes you out of this rat race of, of all of this stuff that's going on over here, and then you get to focus that energy on something that you want to do. You know what I mean? Like, literally, I don't mind doing this. You know, I get on here and I have a conversation and I talk to a whole bunch of people I never even met before in real life. And this is where it starts to kind of get happy sad. You know what I mean? Because this is the only way that and time that we have to interact with people. And then on top of that, the interaction that we're having, we're trying to get away from the other the other way of communicating with people. We tired of talking to the people that we work with. We don't want to deal with that. And then sometimes we just want to escape. I know I want to escape. Peace and love to you, bro. Wait a minute, what is that? Bro Malena? Vera? Bro Malena? Peace and love, peace and love. Welcome in. And so that makes me feel like I don't want to talk to other people, you know. I just come here and this is my escape. So I appreciate all of y'all that tap in, that y'all, rock with me, that y'all supporting me. And I'm always ask, support the channel, join the membership, support the tribe. I have stuff coming up for my members coming up in just a minute. Actually in a couple days. So there go another one of my tribe members. Peace and love, Lala. Peace, love, and wellness. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. And the other thing is that I told you it's 22 of them. I'm on number 6. You're experiencing burnout and exhaustion daily. And the reason you're so burnt out, now just think about this. If you got up every day, you put in for that 9 to 5 that you work for someone else, that you put that same time in for you, I think your exhaustion and burnout will look a little different, because you know that the reward on the other side is something that's going to be beneficial and pay off for you in the long run. Not necessarily when you're working for someone else, because you're basically going to work until they tell you to get this little nice, stay consistent with the job, be there for the job, show up daily, do what you're supposed to do, and you will move right on up the ladder, or you'll get promotions and you'll get things, and this is why. Why do we want to do this? Why do we want to wear ourselves up? Peace of love and wellness, Rising Phoenix. Thank you for coming in. Why do we want to do this? I'm trying to figure out, why would someone want to work their way up someone else's ladder on a job? I know that we have this mindset that makes people think, good for you, Lala. And I hope you rise every day like that 2-week vacay is for the rest of your life. Manifest what it is that you truly desire and put it into motion. When I woke up today, that's how I manifested my day out. I said, ooh, this is how I would feel if I woke up on a regular basis and felt like this. That is your generational curse that our parents didn't know any better about. But we have the power, Elevated. We have the power to change this. And that's what I'm saying. Like, why is it that we cannot just trust enough? We always say things like, I trust God, or I trust the universe, or I trust my ancestors. But do you? Because there is no way that you could tell me that any God, any ancestor, any universe, or anyone that has any type of love for you will want your body, mind, spirit to be in this kind of tension and anxiety. No one, nothing would want that for you. I am so sad that I have not done more to put something in place so that my children can see something different than doing the hustle of a 9 to 5. Because when you generational curses, we ain't doing nothing but passing it down if we ain't making no change. You understand what I'm saying? You're not making a change. You are passing that curse down to your children. What have you did to show your children that it's a possibility to do something different? I'm working a 9 to 5. So how am I going to tell my kids, oh, you can do it. You can have your own. You ain't got to work. I cannot tell them that. I have to show them that. And so with that, how do you get to that point? That's what I'm saying. You got to get there. Rise in Phoenix, your children may not listen to you. And it don't matter that he probably dances to the tune of his own drum, because he's probably out here getting ready to do something different that looks different than what you're doing. I respect anybody that comes with a different perspective other than this same old 9 to 5. 9 to 5. Anything that's different than that, I want to see it. Show it to me. Show it to me. Because like I said, I have not put anything in front of my children to make them think that they could do anything more than a 9 to 5. Actually, now let me backtrack that. What I did was, when I felt like I had the support, when my husband was alive, my husband and I, we ran a property management company. We had rental properties that were all titled in each one of our children's names, that was going to be their nest egg for when, over time, we would have owned them outright. And anything that came off of those homes would have been, of course, money that would have generated over that time frame. They could have did whatever they wanted to do with it. But the goal was to teach them how to do the same thing that we were doing. So now we can roll out, we did have to work, a job in between, getting that up and running. But then there became a time where I was self-sufficient, where I was a full-time realtor, where I did property management, ran my own property management company. I managed over 132 units for other investors and things like that. Let me explain something. I showed them that. And the crazy part is they remember this. But look what they're looking at today. What it looks like today for me, if this was me looking at it like, yeah, that's an opportunity. You did it, mama. But that's something that you did. Because what you're doing right now, you work for somebody else. But that's why I have this mindset the way I have it at this point in time when it comes to YouTube. I see it like a business. because I know it's possible. I know that you can turn this around and make this be something that not only benefits you financially, but what you do on here can benefit others. And that's why I do what I do on YouTube. I show up and I want to promote health, wellness, positivity, and I want people to be better. That's why I'm talking about mental health now. And one of the things to tap into this mental health is this 9 to 5. If we want to be better, the only way we're going to get better, watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. I promote and I push health and wellness all the time. Do you know how hard I fight? Because I go on this plantation and the only thing, I fight hard not to turn to food because I have food addiction that has plagued me for my own, probably a good portion of my life. For a good portion of my life. And so I struggle. I struggle because I have to, when I go to get into places like feeling all that anxiety and don't want to's, you know, it's crazy that we keep doing the same thing, but it makes you feel like that. Anytime you could be driving down the street and you think about you just don't have no time and you drive into a destination that you want to go to but you don't want to go to. I'm saying you want to, and I'm not talking about work, I'm just talking about in general. You got to go grocery shopping because you got to get, you know, you got to have your stuff together because you got to do this and you got to go buy this and you got to do that and you got to pay the rent and you got to pay the mortgage and you got to pay the lights, you got to pay the gas, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this, that. It's a roller coaster. And you sit in your car and you driving and all those things just start swarming in your head. And all you can do is break down and cry. You get to those points in your life, if you're crying because you don't want to go to work, because you don't want to go to a plantation, if you feel anxiety and stiffness, I'm telling you, I feel the tension right now. If y'all see me, my shoulders is up. I'm trying to relax them, but it's only when I'm talking about this right here does it get this way. It is a lot. We don't want to hurt others. We hurt ourselves. Yep. Yep. You're right. You're right. We let fear dictate everything. We let fear dictate everything. Y'all give me a second. I was eating my nice cream, but it's melting and I'm going to put it in the freezer. So I'll be right back. I'm back. Okay. Yes, it is. It's so good. But I thought I was going to be able to, but, you know, it just started flowing because this is something that is really true for me, right? Like, I know that mental health issues stem from so much. I was on another channel the other day and they were reviewing the movie Straw. And if y'all remember in the movie Straw how so much came up against the woman in the movie. Like one thing after the next. And the biggest part of that whole thing was how much she was conformed to this world and depended on others who did not show up for her. But the whole time, she was showing up for everyone else. She had a mental breakdown. Her whole life just went crumbling down. It was straw was a real situation, right? I don't like to put things in my path that allow it to impact my space. And maybe I can explain it a little better for you when I say that. When you feeding yourself certain things, so watching that movie Straw, you can relate to it, right? A lot of us can relate to it. And a lot of us know, even whether it was the part where she wasn't being heard, they weren't listening. Think about that. It was so many angles in this movie. It was the part where she wasn't being heard, they weren't listening to her. There was a part where they felt like she was where she was just struggling, and she basically was down to the last straw. That's why it's called that. And she did what she needed to do. And so, speaking about doing what you need to do we need to get to places where, and I mean, like I said, I don't really impact, I don't like really bring in like negative things to my space. This is my channel, this is my space, and I really like negative things. I don't watch the news, and this is the reason why. Yes, for 24 hours. She was replaying what happened the day prior, thinking she could change the outcome. Woo! How many of us live in that? How many of us live in that? It is a mental break when things like that, when you start to disassociate yourself from things, that is a mental break. And you need help. And the first line of help is so many things. Okay. Let me start back where I was. I don't bring in like negative. Zoe, welcome in, my brother. Thank you for being here. Peace and love and wellness to you. I don't bring the negative things into my space. And the only reason I even heard about this, like I said, I don't watch the news. It's not been something that I've ever really watched. Probably for the last 20-something years, I have not watched the news. No, more than that. Almost close to 30 years, I haven't watched the news. Oh, hold on. Now I need to plug my phone up. But I'm here. I can just keep talking. I had to watch the news. I hadn't watched the news, but someone had told me about how this woman went to work, and because she wasn't getting enough hours, I think she worked at a McDonald's or something like that, and she had all these bills and all this stuff she had to pay. Had the grandbabies over here this weekend. I'm sitting on toys. Good girl. And she had was sent home from work or something of this nature. I don't know. I didn't look it up because I didn't want to entertain it. But just to kind of give you an example, this is real life, right? Because if I'm not mistaken, she went back and she killed the manager or something like that. So it's making people crazy. It's making people crazy. It's not a safe place when you are not in your and you're not at your best and you show up to this job. Yeah. When you carry all of that, when you can't even show up for you, but you showing up for somebody else. Do you ever wonder when y'all go into these places of business And I'm gonna take this to two different levels. Do you ever think when y'all go into the places of business and somebody is very nasty and rude to you, do you think they just nasty and rude? Do you think that's just their personality? Do you think that's just the person they are? Or do you think that they sick and tired of the BS that they deal with all day, every day, doing the same thing, and they just tired and they unrested and they just want to be somewhere else doing something else? And yeah, it's not your fault that they want to be that way. But typically, when you show up for somebody else, typically when you show up to somebody else's job, it's because you're not at work yourself. And it's easy while you're not at work just to be, happy-go-lucky. Oh, I'm the happiest person on earth because I didn't have to go to the plantation today. So you walk in there like, oh, happy, happy, happy. Hey, how you doing? They like, yeah, how can I help you? Because they tired. They tired. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not I don't have a customer-facing job, but I have a customer service type job, right? Where I deal with people. And I'm expected, even when I don't want to, sound like this. Hello. Thank you for calling. Yes, I can help you with that. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. Okay, well, let me look into this for you. Oh, yes, I understand. And the whole time they might be going off on you. Because now you don't want to be at your job. They got an issue with something that's going on, but they got other issues too. They got other stuff that's going on in their life too. Now you're supposed to be able to empathize with yourself for your own situation. But they want you to be on these phones, customer service, customer facing, customer existing, period. People working with people, and I expect you to be something that you can't pour out what you don't even have. They want you to show up like that. Thank you so much, Kendi K. I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you. They how can you give that to someone? So I'm gonna tell you a perfect example. I'm gonna share a call that just happened. Thursdays is my Friday. I'm off Saturdays and Sundays. On Fridays and Saturdays, I'm sorry. Right? So Thursdays are my Fridays. So typically on Thursdays, I try to just get through the day because I know tomorrow, the next day, that I ain't gotta do this. It's just that it ain't even that it's a day off and it's a break and it's a time. It's just that I ain't got to do that because I got a million things to do. A million things to do. But I ain't got to do that. This particular day happened this Thursday. This woman kept going in and like I already said, okay, well, let me look into it for you. I'm definitely going to see what I can do for you because I understand how this, how that works. Now she just riled back up. Yeah, because when and I let it ride 15 times over. She's continuously, no matter what I say, she riles right back up. And they want you to have this empathy for these people when you don't even have the capacity to do it. Do you understand? When I think about that call, I'm like, it got to a point I actually snapped. I was like, ma'am, the only way I can help you is literally, I had to take it up a notch because okay, I'm going to take care of that for you. Just give me a moment. All right, I got you. It was like, almost like, shut the f up. Because all it was, no matter how much I was trying to push out my positive, she was just overriding it. I'm like, are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? Don't do that. This is a PSA right here, right now, telling me, please, I don't care if they shut your gas and lights off. Do not do that to the person on the other end of the phone because they didn't do it. If you feel like that person on the other end of the phone cannot help you, just ask to escalate the call. Please escalate that call, get them off. Do not treat them like that because there's no reason that you should be treating people because you don't even know what's going on in their lives. The moment, I didn't know what was going on in that woman's life. All she kept on saying is, they need to do it another time. They can't put it on there now because I can't do it. And I said, ma'am, you've said that several times. I understand. But I said, I honestly just need a moment to go ahead and look into this. I can see what I can do if there's anything. If not, I know. And I mean, if not, what do you mean? If not, I'm like, are you losing your mind, lady? Are you losing your mind? Because she probably was. Because she lived in this crazy effed up world too. You get what I'm saying? Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much. I'm gonna call you bro. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yes, I left the U.S. last year. One thing I noticed where I'm at now in Barcelona is that only in the U.S. are customer service people expected to take that BS. And that right there is some BS. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. And it's not probably true. It's true. The United States is said to be the land of milk and honey, whatever that means. But it's supposed to be the place to be, right? In the place to be. You in the place to be. Oh, you can hang up on the... Oh, I would be hanging up. I would be hanging up. Hey, Coach, welcome in, my sister. I would be hanging up. So many times I would hang up, but I'm constantly going through it. I'm going through it. I'm going through it over and over and over again. Just to satisfy the person on the other end of this line, but at the same time sacrificing my own mental health. When we decide that mental health is worth more than a paycheck, we'll be happier. I'm going to play something for you. I don't know if y'all going to be able to hear it, but I'm going to play a partial of something I want y'all to hear. It's my friend sent it to me. And eWellness said that, this was a confirmation for her. And even Elevator said he needed to hear this. That's because usually when this is going on, it's going on and it's not just you. Remember this. It's not just you. Okay, so I don't know if y'all gonna be able to understand. The person that's speaking has a heavy accent, but I'm gonna start to play it. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear it, because what they're saying is about this mental health and 9 to 5 and how it's seen. But they're from another country too. So just understand. Listen, if you can't understand them, I'll turn it off. If you can understand them when I turn it on, if you would just put 22 in the chat, if you can understand what they're saying, okay? If I don't see no 22s, I'm gonna assume that y'all can't understand, and I'm gonna cut it off.
To completely believe that the things that I do not know, the things that I do not see are real than the things that I see. Because the spiritual world is not real than this physical world. You see that job that you are not wanting to leave? When the universe is ready, your manager, your employer will expel you themselves. And by then it will be very late. Because you have to start, should I say, on your own? But if you quit now, if you take that bold step now and do what it is that your ancestors or the universe wants you to do, even though you have to start from little, they'll meet you there and they'll make you progress from that little, because you are in alignment with your soul's reading. Now you are doing that job that your spirit doesn't want you to do, and I bet you that job is difficult for you, but you just have to keep going, because you are not trusting the divine. You're not trusting that the divine has the capability to take care of your life without you being active. Without you being actively involved. You are not trusting. You are thinking that, oh, I have to do life by my power. But if you sit with yourself and ask yourself, or speak with your ancestors, what do you want me to do? What am I supposed to be doing? Are you asking me to leave this job? All right, I'll leave. But if I leave, what should I do? Or how do I leave? What day do you want me to leave? All right, for how long do you want me to continue working? You are going to get answers. But let me say, you're not someone that has been communicating with spirits for a while, so you don't know how to get answers. You can give them suggestions through which there's a creator on my FYP 3 times this week. I'll know that you are saying yes or you are saying no. Do you understand me?
Yes.
If I see a red car pass by me anytime this week, I know you are saying yes or you are saying no. Our ancestors, the universe, don't come to.
Now, I don't know if you heard exactly what was being said, but it is crazy because these are the thoughts that I had going through my head. Then this was sent to me. So when we speak about these confirmations, what she said was, if you don't have, why don't you just ask? If you have this feeling about you need to quit this job or you need to not be working this job, ask, what is it that I need to do? Hey, boss dog, peace and love. Peace and love, welcome in. Peace, love, and wellness. Ask, what is it that I'm supposed to be doing? What is it that would, or how do I get confirmation that quitting my job would be the best thing for me? Are you so in fear of not being able to survive, but you have a trust in something? You trust in something to be taken care of. And you trusting to have to feel better based on something outside of you, right? Whether, like I said, I mentioned it earlier, whether it be your ancestors, the universe, God, however you see it. Why is it that you don't have enough trust, but you have fear? Doesn't it say you do not have the spirit of fear? But if you got the spirit of fear, you're going to be stuck right there in your space where you're at. Because fear is going to keep you bound. Fear will keep you bound in this place where you are. Instead of having fear, you need to step out on what you know you can do. And boss dog, I am so sorry to hear that about your cousin. I'm sending you some positive energy, my condolences. And so I just think about it that way. Like, we can't be fearful for something that, because I mean, how many times do something have to keep coming to you and you like, okay, am I supposed to be? And you, if I quit this job, then how am I gonna live? If I quit this job, what am I gonna do? She said, why don't you tweak your, you might have little, but guess what you got in abundance? A peace of mind. How many people in the chat? Come on. What would you do for peace of mind? What would you do for a peace of mind? What would you do? Whew. I just talked about that. When you know that your mental health is being impacted by your job, everything I have is all I need. Everything I need, I already have. Everything that I have is all that I need. And I'm going to be saying that every day. Let me screenshot that. Because that's real talk. All y'all should be saying that. Everything that I need, I already have. And everything that I have is all that I need. And so whenever you get more, think about this. When you get more, what you feel is more, it still applies. Everything that I need, I already have, and everything I have, I already need. And it keeps applying itself and keeps applying itself. But this one here says that your job makes you feel trapped with no future. Your job makes you trapped with no future. I don't know if any of y'all know. I just said that. I just said it feels like a prison. Feel like you being punished. I've been tricked and bamboozled my entire freaking life. I thought this is how life was supposed to be. I thought that we were supposed to live like this, like that's what you do. You grow up, you go to college, you get a good job or get a job, and then you pay off student loan debt. You get married, give that debt to someone else to pay off with you. And then you turn around and you you turn around you own debt. After you give the debt to someone else, then you turn around and bring some more people into the mix, which is the children. And then you go to try to have the American dream and buy this home and white picket fence with the dog and and 2 kids, and this is the ideal life. And then you go through life until you raise the kids, and you then go in debt putting them through college. And then in turn, after you put them in debt, after you go in debt putting them through college, then they go and they get student loans because you can't afford the whole thing, and then the cycle continues. But then all you're doing the whole time is continuing to work, because now you have your student loans and the loan that you signed as a backup for your child. You got credit card debt. You got all these things that's holding you to this job that you don't want to do anyway. But you have put yourself in a position that says that you need to be able to have to work in order to get out of this situation. And you just see this cycle creates itself, recreate over and over again. It's a cycle. And that's why I say you're trapped. Because the mentality that was given to us says that you are trapped. The mentality that was given to us says that because we are our ancestors, and we do have that spirit of, slave mentality. Because now what happens? We continue to, you continue to have you just do a modern day slavery, I guess to say. This is modern day slavery, where you go in and you have to do these things, and you have to perform a certain way, and you have to be a certain way. You can't even be yourself. You're actually somebody else when you're there, and then you this person when you're not, right? So who you see today, this is who I am, but this is not how I present myself while I'm on the plantation. So this is what I'm saying. Like, it's a whole it's a whole, what they call it, imposter syndrome. I never even heard of that. They come up with so many new things. Now they got something that's in your eyes, that's some kind of, I don't know. Girl, don't start me to lie. Um, and then the thought of retiring here feels like a punishment. So retiring here at this particular job feels like a punishment. They want you to work till you're 70 years old. They want you to work till you're 70 years old, you know? So what kind of life, what kind of being is that? Because again, we work to make a living. So we don't want to be living. We want to, um, we don't want to be making a living. We want to be. We want to be the human beings that we are, right? We want to be the human beings that we are. We don't want to be living. We don't want to be making a living. Exactly. Mala. You've lost passion for life because work consumes you. There was a time when I did nothing and only focused on trying to pass the next day by, right? Next day. Every day that goes by, I want that day to go by. I wanted that day to go, just get it by, go by so I can get to the part where I get to do something for me. I don't know what to call it, but some of us probably all have it. Um, it's a look forward to syndrome. I don't know if it's a syndrome, but it's a look forward to. When you have something to look forward to, you push through all the things you don't want to do. You push through them because you want to get to that thing that you want to do. And when I think about the difference of last year and this year, it's freaking day and night. Last year, I didn't care what I needed to do, you know, go hell, high water. I was going to do it just so I can get to that time where I was looking forward to. Which y'all all know I went to Egypt for 10 days last year. And during that time, all I could think about when I got there, when I was it was coming up to that point, was going. So I had something to look forward to for a very long time because I knew I was going for over 6 months. I knew 7 to 8 months. I knew I was going. So that whole time, I had a whole different insight. I didn't battle with my health and weight and food and addiction, all of that. I didn't battle with that in that year. This is me. You got to self-evaluate yourself. I understand what I'm saying to you. You have to evaluate yourself in order to be able to know what's really wrong with yourself. You get what I'm saying? What's going on, to be able to tap into that. So I tapped into this because I said, what was the difference between last year and this year? And then I noticed it in little pockets of this year. Every time I had something to look forward to, I was good. When I didn't have something to look forward to, and my look forward to, only thing I could look forward to is that I had to go to work. I was depressed. I had anxiety. I just felt stressed. I had all of these feelings, the tension, headaches, all those things, all of those things played a part. Some people think I'm tripping when I say, like, they lose their job or they get laid off for a temporary period of time, or they have those layovers. Some people have those layovers for like 2 months. Peace and love, Lisa. Welcome in. Peace, love, and wellness. And I be like, I'm so happy for you. It's a young lady where I work, and she lost her. Uh, she was let go from the job. I had a conversation with her afterwards. This just kind of show you how mental health it really plays a part. I mean, this is just people this is real people. These real people I know that I talk to. And about 2 weeks after being let go from the job, I reached out to her, told her, hey, honestly, I just told her, I said, hey, honestly, I'm happy because I know your mental health was struggling. I'm glad your mental health is going to be in a better place. That you don't have that struggle of, that 9 to 5. She was like, she called me like 2 weeks later after it happened. And she said at first she was in a bad place. That's why she hadn't reached out to me. She said she didn't know how to feel. And she said, now, she said, I'm looking for a job. But honestly, I don't want to start working a job for another 2-3 months. Because I look forward to waking up every day and that not be in front of me. I start working 10:30 every day, y'all. And at 10 o'clock, I start almost hyperventilating. I'm going to share my video I did when I first started this channel. I'm going to share my video on my community post about wanting to quit my 9 to 5 for my mental health. That was almost a year ago, y'all, that I started this channel, and I made that video because this is an ongoing thing. And I talked about in that video exactly what I'm saying to you right now, which is crazy because I'm still feel the same way. When that 10 o'clock hour hit, I start to hyperventilate sometimes. Sometimes I start to cry. Sometimes I'm just so depressed and sad. But before that 10 o'clock hour, I try not to think about it. Like today, I'm not trying not to think about tomorrow because tomorrow is inevitable and it's coming and I'm going to be there. And some people may be listening to this and thinks that I'm ungrateful, that I have a job, and may see that this is some type of way of complaining about something, but it's not. This is bringing awareness to people who can't seem to tap into maybe understanding what's going on with themselves. As I was just comparing my last year to this year, I had the same job. I went to the same plantation that I go to now. The difference is I had that look forward to, and that look forward to continue to push forward throughout almost a year. I knew 7 months in advance I was going to Egypt. So my look forward to started 7 months prior. Every day I had something I needed to do to prepare to go on this 10-day escape. Because I escaped and I lived in a place that was not here. I call it escapism. We leave, not physically, but mentally, you leave everything behind. I thought nothing about this place. I didn't think about my family. I didn't think about my home. I didn't think about that plantation. I didn't think about nothing for 10 days. Because after that 10th day, once I got back home, I still had a day that I didn't have to do nothing. So I said, I'll worry about going back to the other place on that day. But those 10 days was dedicated just to that. Hey, welcome in, Trisha Nicole. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. And thank you for the like. So this here is, yes, freedom. But the sad part is called escapism when you don't have freedom on a regular basis, Nisha. It's called escapism. I try to do that every time that I don't have to go to the plantation. You know, even though the plantation resides right here in my household because I work from home. And some people are like, oh, you complaining. Wait a minute. You work from home and you complaining about having to go to work? I wish I could work from home. Everybody want what the next person got. Everybody want what the next person got until they get it and then they see what the other person was talking about. Perfect example. My best friend told me she had her daughter, I think at age 19. She told me, girl, it's hard out here, you know, doing this by yourself. You don't want to be having, if you don't have no kids right now, you better, you know, do whatever, you know. And I'm like, girl, please, you know. I was like, what was so hard about that? Like, you know, kind of like, you know, just like if I had a child, I would be happy. I would be this. I would be that. You know, all of the stuff that you would be when it's somebody else telling you their situation. All the stuff. If you want to be, because we run into these plantations to make a living. So I don't want to live like that. I don't want to live through making a living. I want to be as a human being. Because we're not human doings. We're human beings. And so we should not be doing for others. But then I turned around and, I mean, it wasn't that bad, really, honestly. Of course, having my first child, I wasn't engaged to be married. And I had him at age 22. Go figure. That's how my life set up, y'all. That's how my life set up. The number 22 been in my life for a long time, and I didn't know that it existed that way. My husband died after us being together 22 years. The number 22 is real for me, okay? It's my birthday, too. Y'all know that. My solar return. But anyway, so let's back it up. So I had the child, but then I knew what she was speaking of. And Lala is my sister who was 1022. Yes. And I knew what she was talking about. So when people sit there and say, oh, I wish I could do that. If I could do that, I would do it. I would do it if. That ain't how it works. We always want what the next person has until we get it, and then we realize why they didn't want it to begin with. Some people don't want to accept the things that are inevitable. We live in this world where we got to get out of fear, or and mental health are going to stay impacted. And in my mind, a peace of mind is worth more than a paycheck. A peace of mind is worth more than a paycheck. For myself, other thing I want to say. When we're on these plantations, how many times do we sacrifice who we are? Do y'all know what I mean? We compromise our values, our morals, and just to do what we know is not cool. Think about what I'm saying. If you have a position and you do what I do, I talk on the phones, and of course there's rules and regulations, and you know half of that don't make no sense that they be telling you to tell the customers. Because it don't, if you was a customer, it wouldn't make sense to you. But you on that other line trying to convince this person for something that don't make sense to you. You trying to convince the person that it makes sense. For a paycheck. Jeopardizing your peace of mind for a paycheck. Bro, I am the sales extraordinaire here. But I was a different salesperson. I told you I did real estate. So that was my biggest thing, right? That's my biggest place of sales that I've done. But I've done sales in all areas. I've done insurance from all aspects, life, health, auto, home, all of it. I've done it all. I've done the, what they call the pyramids, different things like that where, but anything that I was selling someone, I truly believed it. And until I did not, if I didn't believe in it anymore, or I won't even say believe. I never sold anything to anyone that I wouldn't use or do myself. And I was always going to look out for you and make sure you had the best. I was the best realtor ever. I was the best insurance agent ever. Because I wasn't going to tell you to do something that was going to impact you, because I didn't want anybody to do that to me. So for me, when you talk about sales, those are the kind of sales I did. But then you got the other side of that. You got the other side of that where if you physically working for someone and they tell you, oh, just tell them da 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 da, and you be like, well, why would I tell them that? That don't even make sense. This is true. It's the same reason why when I call somewhere, because like I said, I have a customer type relation type position that I work. And so anytime I call somewhere where I have to talk to someone on the phone, I'm probably the nicest person you're gonna ever meet, no matter how pissed off I am. So if the company did something, I know it's not the person on the other line. If I'm upset, it don't matter. It don't matter, because the person on the phone, they really don't even care that much. And I'm gonna tell you why they don't care. Because you call it acting a fool, just like you are. You call and you cussing and you fussing. Any chances of somebody caring about your situation or wanting to help you is out the door. Don't nobody want to talk to nobody fussing and cussing at them. So please don't call these places of business and go off on the person on the other line. Chance, make sure y'all video, because a lot of y'all connected with me after after I released that video, definitely after I released that video. And I'm sure a lot of people never seen it. But watch the video. You're going to see that the things I'm saying today and the things I said almost 9 months ago still reign true. But it's definitely plays part to that look forward, right? So remember these things, right? Can y'all look what Vegan King say? Did he say he had a plantation? Is that not what we talking about? Is it not Sunday? Quote unquote, the day of rest. No rest for the weary. That's for sure. Peace and love, my brother. Welcome in. It's so good to see you. So good to see you. So good to see you. Um, so I'm gonna go through these and then I'm gonna wrap this up, y'all. So health is wealth, and no amount of money replaces mental stability or well-being. No amount. No amount of money. This is where we get all jumped up, you know. Then, okay, watch this though. So let's say you do stop. Let's say you do quit your job. You don't really have. You have a peace of mind because you ain't got to show up there no more. But now you got that other part that's bothering you now, because now you don't know how you gonna pay your bills, how you gonna live, how you gonna do this, how you gonna do that. But remember, if you allow and ask the question, because you know, all I do is ask questions all the time and I get answers all the time. So why don't you ask that question? Like the young lady said that I was playing, she said, ask the question to God, the universe, or whatever it is that you, ancestors, whatever they are. Ask that question. Ask the question. Should I be leaving my job? If you get the answer, you know, it ain't going to be a clear yes. It's going to be signs and wonders. Signs and wonders. I see the number 22 and I know what it's saying to me when I see it. I see that number 22 and I know what it's saying to me when I see it. And let me tell you how I know. I'll be on those calls that I'm telling you about right now. And I already know that I'm talking to somebody who is going to be, thank you, Lala. Thank you so much, sis. Appreciate you. Peace, love, and light. I'll start seeing those numbers, and I already know I'm talking to someone that I'm supposed to be talking to, because on that call, I end up connecting to the person on a different level other than the level that they called in on, and I'm able to help them through their situation. This is an ongoing, continuous thing that happens. Now, there's different ways that it shows up. For instance, if I'm driving down the street and I see the number 22 on the license plate, something like that, I start to pay attention to my surroundings, because either it's telling me I'm in a good place or to be aware of what's going on. One day I was going down the road and I saw the car in this lane, my left lane, my right lane, had the number 22 on the license plate. And I'm behind this car that, you know, the traffic is flowing. I'm like, but that car with the 22, something said you should get in that lane. But I was like, they moving too slow. I don't want to go. But you know, when you got to have a conversation, if something, boom, sometimes you need to listen to your first, not sometimes, every time you need to listen to your first mind. Watch this. I jump over into that lane just because I started to have that conversation. I was like, why are you even having the conversation? Just get behind the car with the 22. The number was 2217. The only reason I remember that is 22 and 17. Those are my my oldest grandchildren's numbers for their date of birth. And I was like, let me get over there. So I get over behind this car. The car in this lane stops. Car stops, cuts off. And I'm looking like, because the traffic, you know, we come up to light, the car cuts off. And the car behind that's coming up behind it don't realize it. They end up slamming on their brakes. But understand, that would have been me. I'm just, and you can look at it however you want to look at that. But I'm telling you that I know Signs and wonders are your way of knowing what's going on. Nothing happens by coincidence. There are no such things as coincidence. The only thing that it is the universal law, and it actually applies no matter how you look at it, no matter what you call it. That's why I keep saying that. You could call it God, you could call it the universe, you could call it ancestors, you call it whatever you want to call it, but it works this way. The universal law does not change, it will not change, and cannot change. You understand that? It cannot change because it's not something that you have control over or no one else has control over. The number 22 it always saves my life. It has saved my life. It is my life. I'm trying to tell you, I don't do things in base numbers of increments of 22 just because it's some type of trend. It is a thing that happens to me all the time. I see this number everywhere. Everywhere. I used to see in 2015, towards the end of 2015, I started seeing my birthday, 622, 622, 622, 622. I thought it was the lottery. I thought it was the lottery. So I played the lottery. It wasn't the lottery. So I was like, well, why would I be seeing my birthday? But then having more conversations with people like yourself. I used to be on Facebook heavy. I used to do these lives on Facebook. I used to, do 22 minutes of truth at 6:22 p.m. every day because I had started seeing these numbers and I was talking to people about it and they knew and understood because they would see numbers. People were seeing 1111, 2222, 4444, triple fours, triple fives. They were seeing their birthdays too. So I knew I wasn't alone. But did y'all know that the universe is made up of numbers and that 22 is the master number? That it equals 1111 when you break it down? You ever hear somebody tell you, make a wish, it's 1111, make a wish. I mean, you could call it a wish, but it's sad to say that when you see that 1111, the gateways are open. There's a connection, that an opportunity, because the universe operates in numbers. You know what I mean? It operates in numbers. So when you see these numbers, I connected with Lala. Her birthday is 10/22. There's a gardener whose birthday is 10/22. My grandbaby's birthday is 12/22. Hey, Simply Sunshine Moments is in the house. Welcome in to my tribe member. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Anybody that want to join and support the channel, please go right on ahead. I invite you to do so. You could click and join. I'm not sure whether click and join, but I know Nightbot is dropping it. So if anyone want to join and become a member to the channel, you're welcome to do so. I would love to have you here and I would love to have your support. Also, I know we've been talking about this 9 to 5, causing you all kinds of, but the reason we even started talking about 22 is because I was saying signs and wonders. So I know that if you want to release yourself from anything, it doesn't have to be your 9 to 5, and you think that you need to figure out what to do next, you just need to ask the question. All I do is ask questions all the time, and I get answers. Sometimes I get them immediately, and they scare me. Because I be like, or I think something and it happens immediately. That's how it works. You know what I mean? That's how it works, y'all. And so I'm so happy. I have so many of my members online with me today. Mary's Life Journey, Simply Sunshine Moments, Lala, High Vibe Coach, Nisha Antoinette. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate y'all for being here. All of my members. Again, if you want to be a member, join the tribe. Like I said, I welcome you here, and the tribe welcomes you as well. Tribe, I just want to let y'all know I'm bringing some things over to where you guys can see it. Some of it's going to be some things that you've seen before. But definitely I'm uploading some new content over there for members only, that's coming out. And I got a new video tomorrow, y'all, coming out. So make sure y'all tap into that. Y'all know how I do. It's about Mondays. I have a little system. I have Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, where I actually have content that I do. Last week I did not have any content because the plantation. I'm just gonna let it be like that. The plantation, and not enough time in the day. And I really want this to be a thing. So today I took off today just so I can batch record to try to get every day this week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday done. But I saw something pop up with Nisha said, just ask a question. That makes so much sense. Yeah, you ask the question. What is it that you need to do? What is it that you know, if you are unsure about something, just ask the question. Absolutely. 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 So make sure y'all tap into that if you would tomorrow. I don't know about what time it'll come out because I will be editing probably into the late hours of the night because this is just how my world is set up. You know what I mean? I had to record the content and now I got to edit the content. Woo! But you know, the crazy thing is, and it's not crazy, you know, the beautiful thing is this is something that I enjoy doing. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy creating the space where everybody can come to, that we can talk it and kick it and get down with it. As a matter of fact, this video here is going to go over to the members only side. So when I'm done with it, because this is definitely something that I think that is worth people hearing, for sure. But I'm definitely going to upload it. Thank you so much, Mary. I appreciate you. I just want to talk about my members too. Mary's Life Journey. She does vlogging, her regular lifestyle over there. She has information on different things. She talks about what she's going through right now. She talks about her menopausal journey. She's doing her fall lineup of her redecorating her home. It looks great. It looks beautiful. She got some beautiful plans too, y'all. And she has a second channel too, Styles by Mary, where she does her outfits of the day. She has some really cute clothes and outfits and things she puts together. I love it over there. Nisha Antoinette is another one of my content creators here. I mean, members of the tribe, who is a content creator as well. And over her channel is just the vibe, right? So she has all kinds of things, and she definitely has some style over there. And if you don't know, you better know. You better go ask somebody, right? Because Nisha Antoinette is as good as it gets, okay? She do a little bit of everything, though. She does she goes out and she finds good deals on different things. She shows you what's going on in her area. Oh, my gosh. She shared the other day. Not only was she dropping nuggets, so if y'all didn't see that live, she was dropping nuggets. She was talking about getting brand deals and those things like that. If you didn't see the video, make sure you drop in. I watched the whole thing on a replay. I missed it, but what caught my attention is the fact that she was at the water. And the sister, no, she's my Cancer sister. We are Cancer sisters, okay? She, not Cancer sign, the Cancer sign, let me say that. So we are water signs. And so when she was at that water, it drew me in right immediately, right? So definitely make sure y'all tap into that. And she got quite a few lives where she always dropping nuggets. She got another live that I actually have saved in my playlist because she referenced so many different things that I thought was important for content creators and stuff, things that she's experienced and learned, and down to the equipment that she uses, right? So the products that she uses for her hair, all of those things. So make sure y'all tap into Nisha Antoinette. Simply Sunshine Moments. Yes. Okay, so she's very, very intuitive when it comes to herself. And so she shares that vibrant expression of herself on her channel. She's very positive. She does shorts. So you definitely could go over and support her because, you know, short is not that long, but hers have a bang and power behind it, okay? So make sure y'all go over there and tap in with Simply Sunshine Moments if that's the kind of thing that you like. I love positivity, and once I connected with her, we've been rocking. And then I find out she a 313 sister. We both from the D. Detroit. And then, of course, we have Lala in the house. And we all know about Lala. Lala don't know, but I got a surprise for her coming up this week, too. As a matter of fact, it may be tomorrow. No. Probably Saturday. No, maybe Saturday. Maybe next Saturday. I don't know, because I don't like to overlap my content. I'll tell y'all what I mean by that. But Lala is definitely, it comes through the Lala High Vibe Coach nutrition. She is, I thought it was fit and flex. I thought it was fit and flexy. No, what is it? Raw and Juicy with Lala. Did you change your channel back to the High Vibe Coach? But y'all check out Lala. Lala got a lot of channels. She speaks other languages. She has a fitness channel. She has a juicing channel. She juices. She has ebooks on her channel to talk about all of the different recipes that you could do for juicing. Y'all know I love to juice, so I'm over here juicing. Lala got me back to juicing. I used to juice, and now I juice again, so thank you for that, Lala. I have purchased her book. I am a big supporter, so if y'all got something going on and y'all have something that y'all selling and got going on. Oh, another thing about Nisha is, you know, I wish I had the thing so she could come up here with me, because I want to know where she got her t-shirt made. I think she made it herself because she has a press, t-shirt press that she has, and I really want to get me some t-shirts done, and I want to have it there. But Lala, back to Lala. Lala has all of her, you know, content that focuses around what she does there, and she sells, like I said, the ebook, and it's like less than $10. So make sure y'all tap in with one another, help and support each other. That's why I'll be asking, you know, right now I don't have anything. You made it. Yes. Absolutely. See, definitely. That shirt is fire. Okay, you can see the go to the live I'm telling you about at the border, and you'll see her t-shirt. It is fire. It looks just like her banner that she has on her channel. Nisha Antoinette is a beautiful soul. Lala is a beautiful soul. I feel like I've just connected with so many beautiful souls on here. I just met Bro. I really love her spirit. Her spirit. Mary's Life Journey. We've been rocking for a minute. Definitely love her spirit. Naima, I didn't even see you come in here. Naima! Yes. You said, wow, that's deep, Queen. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Something happened. Pass the energy. Yes. Frequency for the queen, for the team. Thanks for passing the energy. Yes. Thank you. I appreciate you. I love it over there too. Pass the Energies channel is awesome, y'all. Definitely something to tap into. The way he puts his content together, his editing skills and things. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of, I love it. I love it over there. Oh my gosh, Nisha, thank you so much. Thank you, sis. Oh, you guys, thank you for supporting the channel. Oh my gosh, I appreciate y'all. Y'all don't even know. This really touches me. And this right here, not for the super chats, not for any of that. the connection means so much to me. Y'all don't even know, like the connection means so much to me. If I could probably count out how many connections I've actually made here on this channel, you know, and it's amazing. It's amazing. You hear me? It's amazing. It's almost like, I don't know how to describe it, y'all. Bro, thank you so much for becoming a member, and welcome to the Soul Tribe. Welcome to the Soul Tribe. I appreciate you so much. I would do this every day of my life because this is what I enjoy. I enjoy this. I enjoy interacting with people, and I love helping people, and I want to be the change I want to see. I want to be the change I want to see. You got to be the change you want to see, and that's what I want to do. Y'all amazing. Y'all are so freaking amazing. And I'm glad we are being amazing together. I'm glad we are being amazing together. Yes, welcome to the tribe. Welcome to the tribe. Yes, yes, yes. Look at you, looking all beautiful and green. Green is for life. Yes. Green is for life. Yes, yes, yes. Doing it, la. That's for sure. You know, it take a village. Ain't that what they say? It take a village, and it's true. You know, when I gather together with all the people, and when I put them in one place, like how we come together here on this live, I see that we can be the change we want to see. You know, I'm gonna tell you, when I talk about things I'm grateful for, I always say I'm grateful for YouTube and this platform, because how many people would I not be able to reach or see if I didn't have this platform? I mean, how many people that I can't see that I would be able to reach if I didn't have this platform? You know, I often have like really different thoughts. Like you might hear me talk about my best friend, but it's so many different things I could tell you. This is my sister. Over 40 years we've been friends. We've been sisters. And I know we were sisters. I know we were sisters. We were something in the past life. And the reason I say that is I'm going to tell y'all this last story, and then I'm going to get off here. I promise I'm going to tell you this last story, and I'm getting off here, y'all. Because this is exactly why I know that my vibe attracts my tribe. I've been doing this since I was a kid. My vibe has been attracting my tribe since I was a child. I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to show y'all some energy right now. My phone just lit up. Remember I just talked about my best friend, my sister, right here. She just texted me. And I don't know if she on here and that's why she texted me. No, she didn't, but she just texted me. Tampa! Yes, Pastor Energy. This is what it's supposed to be used for, but it's used for so many other reasons, you know. But I guess it has its own variation. You know, when I came to YouTube, I came to YouTube on the basis that I was helped through YouTube. I joined a community. It was a fasting community. After my intuition is what some people refer to it as, but I definitely know it was my spirit guide that was speaking to me. I got a spiritual team that talked to me, right? This spiritual team was talking to me, And the spiritual team, I'm gonna still tell y'all that other story too. I did not forget. I know I'm all over the place, but I am going to tell you the story. The spiritual team told me to fast. So when that happened, when my spiritual team told me to fast, I questioned it at first. I'm like, why would I do that? Like, why I need to fast? And then right after that, because I'm gonna tell you the story and fast forward, right? When I end up fasting, it saved my life. Just so you understand, I fasted off of a drop of a thought in my head, in my mind, and then it went from that thought to say, you need to fast for 3 days and eat for 1. Fast for 3, eat for 1. Fast for 3, eat for 1. And I was like, well, how long am I supposed to do that? That's why I told you, ask the question. When I ask questions, I get the answers. Because the first thing was fast. And I just went straight into the fast that day. Like, okay, I'm fasting. Never fasted it like that in my life. And I said, well, how long? So now what I'm supposed to do? That was my question. And the immediate thought was, fast for 3 days. And then eat for 1. And then fast for 3 days. I didn't even know this was a thing. End up going on YouTube. This is why I'm telling y'all this story. I end up going on YouTube where I ran into, well, a group that I always was connected to, but I really didn't watch per se because I didn't have a, just was something I saw and was interested at that time, however many years prior, right? Because this channel that I'm on right now has been in effect since 2018. So Deidre, I was thinking about you all day. I'll tell you about that later. Peace and wellness and love to you, sis. But I went online and I Googled what happens when you fast for 3 days. And first I went to Google and then eat for 1. And it said it was called alternate day fasting. That's what they referred to it as on Google, alternate day fasting. And I was like, oh, so it's a thing? So then I go and I'm on YouTube and I type in 3-day fasting. A healthy alternative pops up. It's a channel. And it was already, I was already subscribed to it, popped up. And on there, they was talking about they were getting ready to do, they were in the process of preparing for a 72-hour fasting challenge where they fast for 72 hours and then eat for a day. And I was like, what? What? It's a thing. It's a real thing. They're getting ready to do this. Like, they're getting ready to do this. And so when I got there and I just tapped in, I really wasn't interactive in the group, but I just get on there and it was like my inspiration. I watched all the videos of people who gained their health and reversed all this dis-ease in their body. I had high blood pressure, high cholesterol. I had all these things going on, obesity, and I still got some ways to go with that, right? Because that's a fluctuating situation, because then I was able to identify that I actually have an addiction to food, because I realized right before this time that I was told to fast, what happened is that I was eating every day Panda Express. Like it was like it was addictive drug. I was like addicted to it. Like I was going in there, I was going to definitely get me a plate meal, whatever it's called, triple it down, do whatever. Every day I did this for probably 2 months straight, sometimes twice a day, and would eat when I wasn't even hungry. But I was doing it because this was something that I could look forward to. Remember I told y'all earlier about the look forward to? The food replaces that look forward to when you don't have a look forward to. That's why I told you right now it's a struggle for me when I'm trying to actually, stay in the mode of being healthy and make healthy choices. And that's why I don't mess around with certain types of food and eat certain ways. That's why I juice like I do. That's why I eat like I do. That's why I take pauses in my time frame of eating, and I do fast because I understand the benefits of it today where I didn't even know about it before. Exactly, bro. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. It is dopamine rush. It's instantly you thinking about, oh, you know, you always want to think about what's going to make everything be better. And when I got to a point, that's when we talking about what this whole conversation started out about the plantation. I get that anxiety, and I'm always looking for some way to feel better for even for a moment. And I always think about, oh, if I had, maybe I should eat, or maybe I should, and if I what. But now that don't even satisfy, that thought of doing that does not even satisfy me in that way. You get what I'm trying to say? It doesn't even satisfy me to it doesn't even satisfy me to think that that if I do that, that'll be okay, because I know after it's over, I'm gonna be right back where I'm at, and that's where I feel like, you know, that's the problem. That's where I'm falling into it. But I was telling you that story about the fasting because this is why I want to be on YouTube. Pastor Energy said this is why you do YouTube. This is the real reason for it. Well, I'm like a pay it forward. I saw them doing it, and I'm like, they're only one group of people out of a million. And so if I can say and tell my story about how I was able to reverse my high blood pressure, reverse my high cholesterol, lower my levels on my thyroid, just consistently, and drop the weight, I felt like this would be helping somebody. This is going to help somebody just like I was helped. Even if you the person in the bushes, as they call you. If you just sitting in the bushes and you ain't saying a word, you ain't in these comments and you ain't doing, it's okay. It's okay, because I want what I say and do to benefit you no matter how you show up over here at Queen's Alchemy, because you still part of the tribe, even if you don't have a full membership and you not, you know, your support comes in all different ways and sizes. Yes, thank you, Nisha. Thank you. I'm so glad to know that I am helping you. I'm so glad to know that. Yes. Yes, Simply Sunshine. And what I'm going to advise you is that if you can, you get an opportunity. When you came to my channel, I don't know what brought you over Simply Sunshine Moments, but there was I want to say I was in transition, because I started my channel out doing one thing, and then I turned around and I did something totally different in between, you know, kind of feeling my way through. But this is where I want to be. This is what I want to do, and this is how I want to show up for everybody. I want to talk about things like mental health challenges, things that can cause mental breaks. I want to talk about your physical health and wealth. And I want to talk about food alternatives that you still, just because you eat healthy doesn't mean it don't have to taste good. You also, I want to, you know, I'm presenting to you as much information and things, but this is what I enjoy, and this is what I was saying. I could do this every day, and then I got people like y'all coming through and saying, hey, you helping me. And I'm like, yes, y'all helping me. We're helping each other, right? Because you being here is helping me want to be here to help you. This is how it works. Yes, Mary, so important. It's beyond. It is beyond important. It is so important. Yes. Yes, I Simply Sunshine Moments. Let me tell you something. She says she suffers from depression and anxiety. And the sad part is, it's so many of us that do. It's so many of us that do. And you know, that's why I see you. I see you beyond your content. I see you when I come to your channel. I see what you post, but I see you. If that makes sense, if that's making sense to you, I can see your angst, you know, the anxiety that you know, that you pushing against that. Because anybody that is truly, think about the people who choose to be positive and choose to be happy. They choose it. But remember, anytime there is a choice, there's a negative. Because why do we have to choose? Why isn't it that it just is? We should not have to choose something that is beneficial for us. We should not have to choose. There should not be a choice in that. We should not have a choice of whether to eat horribly or to eat healthy. We should not have that choice, because the choice for the unhealthy should not even exist. I look at those things as things that are negative, that those things that are, they say, oh, you always need a negative to get a positive. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. You only need what is beneficial for you. And if a negative thing is something that's beneficial at that very moment in time, and you don't choose it, it's not a bad thing. But if you got a choice between a negative and a positive, then that's not good, because that's a negative, right? Choices are negative. I always say this, and y'all probably thinking, why does she always say choices are negative? Because, hold on, I'm missing something. Okay, so, you clicked it because of the title. Okay, yes. Ooh, yes, because that's the real deal. Mary's Life Journey says, menopause got my mental all over the place. Listen here, Mary, and all of us women. Now, Mary, you see me respond to you and say that I don't have like the menopausal situations going on. Remember I told you that? In one of the responses to one of your videos, you said, how do you deal with your menopause? And I was like, I don't even have like the symptoms. But I had pre-menopausal symptoms when I was younger than I am. And I'm in a position where I should be going through that stage of that, right? I don't get the hot flashes. I don't get the mental things. And I know it's because of how I eat and what I put in my body. Everything stems and goes back to what you nourish your body with. When I ask people to go on a fasting challenge with me, it's to reset your mind and body. It's not to starve you out and say, oh my God, I wish I could have ate for 3 days. I wish I could have ate for 2 days. No. It's to reset your body so that you can make better decisions on what to put into your body, so that you can then begin to regenerate cells in the body that may be damaged, that may even be contributing to the menopausal, aspects of things. I'm not a doctor. I am not giving medical advice. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Okay? Hey, so thank you, Sonia. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Welcome to the tribe. Welcome to the tribe, Sonia. But that's what I see. That's been my experience. That anything that I've been dealing with, that I used to deal with when I fasted and then changed the way I ate after fasting, when I came back from fasting, that's when I started eating the way I eat. I'm not telling you have to be vegan, because I ain't vegan. I don't wear no titles. but I use it to describe as a description of the type of food that I actually eat. Because I don't like titles and labels and all of that stuff. I'm just not with it. Never been, never will be. Um, However, you know, some people refer to it like plant-based. Some people say vegetarian. You know, I know Nisha is a vegetarian, a pescatarian. She's a pescatarian. She's a pescatarian. So she only does like seafood and vegetables. She doesn't do any meats. So you have options, right? But I found out seafood used to be my favorite food. I love seafood. Um, and the seafood that I had loved all my life, I realized had impacted me in a way that I didn't know anything about until later on in life. And it was my thyroid. Uh, my thyroid, I have hyperthyroidism. It causes my heart to pump really, really, really fast, makes me super tired, things like that. But again, that's where I was, and I was taking medication for that. I took medication for high blood pressure. I took medication for high cholesterol. They had me on so much medication. I think I was taking 6 pills a day. Now I take 1. And I only take it until the doctor says, because I don't want to mess up, because I thought that, you know, I changed my diet and I reversed everything. I thought I reversed everything. I thought I reversed everything. So I stopped taking the medication on my own for the hyperthyroidism. And when I realized, I went to the doctor, they were like, my levels was off the hook. And they was like, I was evaluating you to see if we can have you, you know, wean you down on, you know, your medication. Because originally, like I said, I took 2 pills for that. And I took 2 pills for the cholesterol and 2 for the high blood pressure. And no, the high blood pressure, I had 2 different pills. They weren't even they weren't the same pills. It was 2 different pills. And they said, when I went back to the thyroid doctor, he said, well, I thought I was going to be able to wean you down to 1, but you didn't reversed and went back the other direction, you know, whatever. And I was like, I said, well, this is what happened. I said, I reversed my high blood pressure. I said, I lowered my cholesterol levels. And so I stopped taking that medication. So I stopped taking the medication. He was like, why did you do that? I said, because I thought I fixed it with my diet. I thought I fixed it. He was like, no, you didn't fix it. He was like, now you need to be taking it so that you can. So I started taking it again. And then once I did, I'm down to 1 pill. So I'm gonna ride it out and do it like they say, but I'm trying to tell you, for me to get down to 1, I basically, you know, it took me about 7 months to get down to 1. You get what I'm saying? So I messed up back then, and in about 7 months, I got down to 1 pill. So yes, you said you have hyperthyroidism, Mary? I didn't know that. Wow. Yes. So you have heart palpitations from the heart. Yeah, yes, absolutely. And let me tell you about that. That's how I found out, because I was like, literally, I was losing like 15 pounds a week. I know some people would love to do that, but it was weird because I was like, my face, it was all sunk in. My skin, all of this was hanging. Like, it just was like, by the time I actually went to the ER, it was, I was down almost 40 something pounds in less than a month. And I hadn't did nothing, but I didn't realize that my heart rate was up so high, and I was always so tired. All I wanted to do was sleep. It took everything in me to walk up a flight of stairs. And then I ended up going to the ER They said I was dehydrated. That's what I'm telling you. These doctors are practicing, y'all. They said I was dehydrated. They said they did a thyroid test. They said if it came back, they would let me know. And they never let me know. When I went back into my chart and I looked, I saw that my numbers were off at that ER visit, but it wasn't until months later where it actually flipped up and did it again. Like 2 months later, it started doing it again, and I was like, okay. And by this time, I had found me a primary care doctor here in where I'm living, because I moved from one place to the other. So I had found me a primary care doctor. I go in there and I'm telling her like, hey, something ain't right. So she tests me for thyroid again. And she was like, oh, your levels is off the hook. I need to start you on this medication. So she started me on the medication. She got me into an endocrinologist, and we went on from there. I know also we have, I don't know if Misha Antoinette is still in here, but she actually had the surgery for her thyroid. So, you know, it's a common thing, but understand and know that seafood and things like that can impact your thyroid because of the iodine that's found in from foods. Also, a lot of people don't know sea moss is great for you. It does have 99 vitamins, minerals, and things that your body needs and desires, and it's great. But when you have hyperthyroidism or any type of thyroid, especially hyperthyroidism, but I know hypothyroidism, I don't know if this is bad, but you should not. Yes, I understand. Yeah, no, I understand. I know you're pescatarian. However, for me, I use sea moss sparingly, right? So your levels are great now. Mine is coming. They're coming. They're coming. They're coming. They're like they're normalized, but he is very cautious. Is just not just like snatching me off of it. You know, every time I go in there, oh, you have parathyroid disease. That's right. And every time I go in there, they like check, you know, to see if it's anything. They did ultrasounds. They do all of that stuff just to check you out. But I'm good, y'all. I'm definitely healing myself, and I know, I'm not guessing. This is what I know, and this is for the queen here, me. I'm not advising anyone to do anything that I'm doing. Research, 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 research. But I had changed the way I ate, and all these things flipped. They changed with me. I didn't have any. I got dizzy from taking the blood pressure medicine after I started eating the way I was eating and fasting and that kind of stuff. After fasting and then eating the way I was eating, the blood pressure medicine was making me dizzy because it was dropping my blood pressure too low. My blood pressure was already low on its own. So I had stopped taking the medication. When I went to the doctor was like, do you know how much you weighed when you came here before? Do you know what your blood pressure was like you came in here before? What are you doing? Like, how did you do this? How is it that you're the doctor and you don't know how I did it? You get what I'm trying to say? Because they don't study nutrition. They only study to give you a treatment. You have to do the research on your own. It's too many resources out here not to do it. You can go, it's too many resources. Let me see what Sadatra said. I have inflammation. I don't take medicine for that. I make my own fruit drink. Oh, how you make your fruit drink, Sadatra? And you know, for inflammation, if you didn't know, you probably do because you sound like you're researching. For inflammation, things that are anti-inflammatory, I do have a video on anti-inflammatory it's a live that I ran, and you can check out. It talks about all the anti-inflammatory foods. Off the top of my head, definitely turmeric is something that you can use for anti-inflammatory. Other anti-inflammatory foods are radicchio, which is a leaf lettuce it's a leaf lettuce. It's like a purplish color. Another one is avocado, which is my favorite. It's an anti-inflammatory. It's high in fat, but definitely anti-inflammatory. So those are just a few, but there's quite a few other ones that you could take for inflammation. My foot used to swell up all the time, and once I changed my diet again, all that went away. Everything that I had an issue with went away. I used to have like an ache that would come across my back. I ain't felt that, and I don't know when. And then when I started to put on the weight that I had released, I had to begin to put on that weight because of all of this up and down and all the, maybe I want to put, I'm not blaming the plantation, but I am, But of course, just this world that we live in, all of the stuff that's happening, all plays a part in that, overeating, emotional overeating. I have a video on that. Emotional eating is another one that I talk about. Let me see. Oh, you have hypo. Okay, I have hyper. All right. So yours is slowed down, super slow. Super slow. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Monique, welcome in, sis. Definitely see your primary care doctor, because that's how I found out about my parathyroid. Thank goodness for the lab work. Right. Definitely if you don't go to the doctor for nothing but just to get a physical checkup, let them run all the blood work so you can have those numbers. Understand what I'm telling you. I went to the ER. They gave me, I never even looked at this stuff. It wasn't until I started researching and doing the numbers, trying to figure out how, what levels was what. Nobody ever told me about my mind went blank just right there. I said I have hypothyroid. I have hyperthyroidism, high blood pressure, cholesterol. No one told me about my cholesterol levels had decreased, right? They only talked about like how the blood pressure was or whatever, but the blood work tells you about your cholesterol. And I looked at myself and I saw my numbers were half of what they were before I went. And they told you that, they told me, I didn't tell you, but they told me that you can't reverse high cholesterol, that you can, I guess, pause it, but you can't reverse it, meaning it can't go down where you don't have to, if you don't take the medication, you control it with diet, but where it is where it is. My numbers dropped. So that wasn't true. Absolutely get the lab work. Men and women, please go see your doctor and never self-diagnose. Exactly. Because let me tell you, I'm so I told you, I'm not telling you not to go to your doctor. What I'm telling you is you need to make your doctor part of your team. You need to be your team and make your doctor part of your team. You look into all the things and alternatives. If they tell you you got diabetes, don't just lay down with the diabetes and say, this is where I'm at and this is my life. You can make changes and come up off that medication. You can make changes and do all those things, but you need to go through your doctor, just like Nisha is saying, because once you do that, you at least have that, you have those numbers. You get what I mean? You have those numbers. Those numbers are major, major, major to know what's going on. I went straight to plant-based 2 years ago and promise you that all my levels went back to normal. Nisha is putting it out here for y'all. She putting it out here for y'all. She letting you know that, like, what I'm telling you is, is that, it's not something that's, everything goes back to diet. Everything goes back to what you put into your body. And that's everything. Now, we're not talking about just physical. What you put into your mental, what you put into your body, what you feeding yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, all of that matters. All of it. And that's why I look at the whole picture and not just part of it, because we can go ahead and we can talk about food and diet and all of that. We can talk about that all day, 10 times over. And it's not going to make a difference if you don't work on your mental. It's not going to make a difference if you don't figure out and make a... Y'all journal. For all of y'all that's part of the tribe membership, I have an e-journal. It's going to be free. I want y'all to, we're going to journal, and we're going to be intentional with the journaling together. And then that's when we're going to have when we come together, we're going to have those question and answers, those, and have a big, wellness check with each other, check in with each other, because the group it's not a huge group of people. So to come together in an intimate setting, because majority of the people that's members right now are right here in this chat having this whole conversation with me right now. You understand what I'm saying? So now it becomes this small, intimate space where we can talk, more so. And, I may even run the membership one on StreamYard. That way we can all come up onto the platform and talk, physically have a whole conversation, opposed to just you in the chat and I'm talking. Okay, so that's how I'm loving to do that. Okay, yes, journaling is major, super important, super important. It's always like that, Sadatra. It's always like that. But yeah, journaling is important. My journal got me through last year. I got a journal this year. I have 2 journals this year. The one journal is I make a mental note of everything, of how I feel. And then I have a journal that I write in as, I call it my manifestation journal, where the things that, I may write the same thing all the time, continuous repeats of things, because I also only use pencils because it's natural. It's a natural lead. It's a natural, what am I trying to say? A natural resource. Paper is a natural resource. And so I just look at things in the natural. Let's see. Yeah, it's journal prompts. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do journal prompts. That way you get in there and just write your heart's content, but just give out journal prompts. That's what I'll be giving out in the membership. We're going to do journal prompts, and those will be things that, give you something to think about, and maybe you can write about that, and then it'll maybe take you into another place, right? It'll take you to another place, and then it'll take you to another place, and it'll take you to another place. Write about your day. Write about where you want to be, where you're going to go, how you want to do it. What are some things what would life look like if I could do this, what would my life look like? Write it out, but my one journal is definitely a study of myself. That's why I mentioned the journal, because if you go back and you read your journal entries, you'll be amazed at the things that you said, either to yourself, or about your situation, and then look at where you at today, and you'll be like, and that's how you know. And that's how you know. If it's trouble don't last always. That's how you know. If it was a time that made you feel some type of way, that as soon as you read it, that feeling comes right back. So it's a reminder of all the things that you've gone through, because everything you go through is a lesson. That's all this life is about lessons. If you're not getting a lesson, then you're not growing. Right? So if you don't go through something, you're not growing. You're stagnant. I've been using gratitude journal. I started last week. Yes, absolutely. And that should be easy for you, Simply Sunshine. You just so, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love that, your spirit is just, it's great. Um, Definitely. The gratitude journal is awesome. That is awesome. And, everybody don't have to journal the same. Choosing. And what do we say about choosing, Lala? Lala. Choosing is a negative. If you got a choice, it's a negative. Yes. Oh, Mary's Life Journey on her channel has content creation journals, not journals, but is that what it's called? A content creation journal? You can go on her channel and you can order it there, and it helps you keep your content in order. I've been trying to use the one I have so bad. Planner, content planner. Thank you. A content planner. So if you want to plan your content out, I've been trying to use mine. I really do need to use mine really bad because I do have that Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's like, and I didn't even break that down for y'all. On Mondays, it's Meals and Movement Mondays. Right now, I'm doing a series of vibrations, vibration on a plate, and so it's about meals and meals and movement on Mondays, and motivation and manifestation. So make sure y'all tap in because it's always going to be a message in there somewhere for you, even if it's during the time that I'm making a meal. Also, these give you alternative ways. I did have a live a couple weeks ago. So right now I'm just tapping into all of the meal suggestions that were given to me. I have probably about 20 of them. And so I'm so grateful, maybe about 15. I might be over exaggerating. But I am so grateful for all of the ideas that came up. So I did a couple of them for this upcoming week. I did a couple of them, so I'll be knocking them out. But if you have any ideas of foods that you would like to see converted, and this right here is the same reason what I'm doing, this channel and what I'm talking about, this is the same thing I'm talking about when it comes down to what you put it in your body. So let's say you love fried chicken. Let's see if there's a different way that we can go about it and not fry up some chicken. Maybe we can use a different oil and maybe fry you something that looks like chicken. Elevated, you still here, brother? Ah, who is that? The more intuitive me. Oh, I like that name. Peace and love and wellness, the more intuitive me. Welcome in. Welcome in. And thank you so much, bro, for welcoming them in. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Oh, Britt, welcome in. Welcome in. How you doing, sis? How you doing, sis? Yes. So what I was saying was that, I had people, give me a list of things that they wanted to see that they like to be cooked or prepared in an alternative way that may be a healthier way, but you still can indulge in it, right? So it doesn't even have to be that you necessarily take the meat out of your diet, but honestly, there's as much as you've been told. This is, and again, I could say it's my opinion, but for me, it's like something that there's no nutritional value in the meat. We're saying that it's protein. However, I think we just think that it tastes good because if you actually took some meat and didn't put any seasoning on it and you cooked it, you would not eat it. Also, you would not eat the meat if it was raw. So when you think about if it's something that you can't eat raw, then you probably shouldn't be eating it. And that's how I look at it. But if you are a meat eater, that's just me. But if you are a meat eater and that's what you choose that you like, then the more intuitive me, we're gonna adjust that in just a minute. So, and you could choose healthier ways to prepare your meat. Just to let you know, beef does not ever break down in your system. I probably still have beef floating around in my system, and I haven't eaten any in over a year, almost 2 years now, right? So, actually more than that, because I wasn't eating beef beforehand. So I haven't eaten beef probably in maybe 6 years, 7 years, something like that, where I actually haven't ate anything beef. So that's, and it still probably hasn't left my system yet, is what I'm saying. But the more intuitive me says, I'm Puerto Rican and we fry everything. It was a shift. Now I bake most of the time. That is awesome. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. You making conscious choices for yourself. Lala, I am not with you right now. I am not with you with the poop. You do not poop out beef, y'all. And do y'all realize that anything that you put in your body is a machine, right? It's a machine. It works on its own, but it needs to be fine-tuned, okay? Oh, Puerto Rico. Yes. It works like it works like a machine, but it has to be tuned. So you can't drive your car every day forever and never put any oil in it or change the oil. You can't. That's a machine. Your body, I hate to compare it to a car, but it kind of is, right? A matter of fact, most things that are created off of how the human body works, right? So if you think about computers, they're just like us. They get downloads and uploads, and so do we. They get viruses, and so do we, right? Your vehicle needs a tune-up, and so do we. At some point in time, you can't drive the car 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and never put no gas in it. You can't do it. So you can't do it. You can't. You have to get some sleep, some fuel, and you have to fuel your body with the right things. Yes, I love vegetables too. That's pretty much, I ain't gonna say pretty much, that's all I eat. All I eat is vegetables. Vegetables and fruits. And nuts. Pause. Yep, so I eat vegetables, fruits, nuts. And I'm learning so much more about different things since I've been gardening. Any of you who like gardening or like that kind of content about growing your own groceries, tap into my other channel, Queendom Garden. It's been popping up. Nightbot been dropping it. The Queendom Garden is my other channel where I grow my own groceries in my backyard in pots in my small space. Okay, so it's kind of telling you there's no excuse for not having your own, except for the only excuse I'm going to allow people to have is time. But you know what? That's my getaway. You know, Lala always make a joke by saying, yeah, I know Queen is out there in her garden. And she be right. Queen be in her garden. I'm quiet, I'm quiet. What I mean, I'm quiet. What I'm here. Peanuts, pistachios, dry fruit. Yes, and I'm about to get me a dehydrator so I can start utilizing all my pulp. I put some of my pulp, some of it I threw away, be honest, but some of my pulp I put into my compost. I just created I got a whole new compost system I made myself recently. I should have put that on the channel, but I didn't do it. But I probably will. I'll go back and talk about it on the channel. It'll be on the gardening channel though, but I do the compost that way. And I love, I use, my main nuts are walnuts, pecans, I like pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds. Pumpkin seeds is high in everything. Pumpkin seeds give you everything you need. 100% give you what you need. And if y'all want to poop, they'll have you pooping too. They take care of parasites in your body. Definitely. Almonds is definitely a healthy one. Yes. Sunflower, cashew. Cashews I use in my cooking. So I use that to make like my different sauces and dressings, and I make cheese with it, like that kind of thing. So that's my use for cashews, because they're like, those cashews, they delicious. I can sit there and munch, but they just high in fat and, you know, and they can cause you to, you know, reverse that weight on you if you just keep eating them. But they're better than chewing on some candy bars, I'll tell you any day. Peanuts for sure. Y'all should check out my, I know y'all probably like, every time she says something, she's about to check out. But seriously, my old content, because a lot of y'all connected with me recently. My old content is all about the food I cooked. It's about talking about all of the, you know, I did one on parasites. I did one on red dye number 3, I'm sorry, red dye number 3, about the processed foods, even as a plant-based processed foods, you know, instead of using whole foods. I did a video, so when we were talking about all the nuts, I did a video where I made the super cookie, and the super cookie had all of the nuts in it that is good for your body. And it has no sugar, no egg, no milk. It's delicious. Oh, almonds are huge in Spain. Okay. Almonds are delicious to me. And you know, almonds, you can make your milks out of it, make your own milks. Definitely. Do they have coconuts there, bro? They have coconuts? Oh, wow. That sounds good, Sedatra. Some almonds in your, that give you that crunch. Woo. I'm telling you. Nothing tropical. Okay. I love coconuts. I drink coconut water all the time. I love fresh coconuts too. Next time I get us another coconut, I'm going to make, I'm going to dehydrate it, and I'm going to make, because I actually buy what I have now is I buy it, and it's probably, it definitely, I refuse to read I read the label, but it had a couple things in there. I was like, it had some tapioca. I'm like, nah, I shouldn't be eating that. But, oh, walnuts and oatmeal sound good too. Pecans probably good in there too. I love me some pecans. But it's called a, cluster. I can't think of what it was called. Some type of cluster. You love coconut, mangoes, papayas, but those are imported and are so expensive. Wow, that's crazy. I wish I got the garden, right? So I wish I could grow coconuts in my backyard. And if I could grow coconuts in my gosh, mangoes, not necessarily mangoes, but coconuts, and boy, I tell you, my mind is messing with me right now. Coconuts and avocados in my backyard will be golden. Hopefully next year, I'll have me some elderberries on my bush, so I'll be happy to get those. You know, elderberries has that healing properties on it. That's the only fruit I had. And I got grapes. If I'm lying. I got grapes. I got strawberries. Grapes didn't come in yet either. And I had watermelons, and the watermelon I had one, and then something attacked that one little small watermelon, so I don't even have it anymore. But I did well on the peppers this year, the green onions. I got some beets out of the deal. I definitely got some tomatoes. I definitely got some basil. What else? What else? The eggplant didn't do too well, but I just did my fall harvest. Y'all go check out the video. I did some fall planting. I did some fall planting this summer. So mangoes and papayas. Papayas have definitely healing properties in it too. The seeds of the papaya is awesome. Pineapple, blueberry, cranberry, and watermelon. Let's go. Watermelon juice was, and the rind was everything this summer. Everything. It was everything. Yes. Oh my gosh. Beets. Where Lala at? You talking about beets? Beets, lemon, apple, ginger. Woo! That's her song. Beets, lemon, apple, ginger. Beets, lemon, apple, ginger. She juices, y'all. Everything on here, she juices. Everything that you just put on this list, she juices. She juices it all. Yes. So, yep. All of that is yummy. I know. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. I'll be juicing this week too, y'all. So make sure y'all tap in for that. One of these risings, I'll be on here live juicing for y'all. But I juice every week. I have juices every week. Even if y'all don't see me live, that don't mean I don't have no juice. That don't mean I don't have no juice. That's part of my daily, everyday regimen. I have some type of juice, fresh pressed, cold pressed juice every day. Today I had pineapple, carrots, lemon, ginger, and turmeric. And that was the last one, so that's why I got a juice. I'll probably juice sometime tomorrow for sure. So definitely do that. But y'all, I've been on here, it looks like almost 2 hours. I did not know that. We shifted the change here, but y'all know you be the change you want to see. Everything will, oh my gosh, ginger is life. Ginger is life, y'all. Ginger is life. And y'all know the weather about to change. I don't know about, what is the weather like there, bro? What is the weather like in Barcelona? What is the weather? Is it hot, cold? Does it get cold? I'm kind of clueless. Yes, Nisha. Yes, 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 yes. It gets cold. We have 4 seasons. Okay, okay, that's cool. What's the weather like right now? What's your weather like now, bro? Oh, it's hot. Y'all should have some tropical plants with that kind of weather. Oh my gosh. Yes. So Detra, I did this weekend. I've been trying to well, I did it. I'm not gonna say try. I finally finished it. I should be not on here. I should be editing now, but I'm not. But that is super hot. Yeah, Florida hot too. It was only like 90 something today here, which is actually kind of hot for North Carolina. But Yes, I was thinking about you, Sadatra, because I was batch recording. And for y'all don't know what that is, I'm just recording a whole bunch of content while I have the time that's made up, that's not really given to you to begin with. I did that, and while I was doing it, because some of my content that I was recording is cooking content, every time I would get to certain foods, I remember what you said you didn't eat. So I would say, how would I substitute this for Sadatra? So that's what I was thinking about you. I was like, I wonder how I could substitute this for Sadatra. Yeah. 106. Ooh, y'all got some hot weathers. Well, it's pretty hot because y'all should see my pepper plants. They just like this. Yes, Sadatra, yes. I was thinking about you hard. Like, I mean, because that's what I'm saying. When people connect, I be thinking about the same thing, like Britt, when I made my nice cream today. Britt said she don't eat bananas. So I kept saying, what could I have done different to make this nice cream different? But I got some recipes for you, Britt. I got some recipes for you. And thanks to Dr. Ninja Turtle, who requested to, hold on. Dr. Ninja Turtle, who requested for me to do vegan sweets. Some of them will be nice creams. So I got you, Britt. I got you. I got some great ones coming up the pipeline for you. I'm just working over here in my head. The 80s sound nice. Who got 80-degree weather? Oh, in Chapel Hill? Okay. Well, I'm from Michigan. Simply Sunshine is my 313 sister, but I live in North Carolina now. But oh, it's 80 in Michigan. Okay. Yeah. North Carolina, it's pretty hot today. 100%. It's like 90 something. But, you know, we got that cold front for a minute, and then it started back doing this. And this weekend, I was supposed to be at the beach, but all the beaches were rained out this weekend. All the beaches were rained out this weekend. Come on, sis. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. I'll help you get here. Come on. We hang out all the time. They'll be like, is that Sunshine and Queen again? Oh. Well, I don't know. It is beautiful. All 4 seasons. The scenery is gorgeous. Yes. Oh, I wonder why her phone do that. She must be talking to speech, because she said, oh yeah, because oh yeah, because of the storms. Yeah, so it was, I usually go to the beach. Usually me and my late husband's wedding anniversary was August 20th. So I usually go somewhere around that time. I was going earlier this time because I had something already that I had to do. Again, all this time. Why can't I just go to the beach? Why? Why do I have to plan to go to the beach? And I live by the freaking coast. They're 3 hours in any direction. Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina. They all 3 to 3.5 hours away. Why I gotta have a plan? Why? Tell me why. Tell me why. 4-week vacation. And I would take all 4 weeks at the same time because I would have to. Because I just can't. But you know what? I don't know how much time I get. It's just, it's earned time. Oh, I'm looking for my phone. It's right here. I'm like, where's my phone at? I'm talking to you on my phone. I would love to come visit. I want to go to any place other than here. You know what I mean? Like literally any place. When I went to Egypt, it was beautiful because we lived amongst the locals. It was like everyday life. It wasn't like we was living it up at no resort. When I go visit places, I like to be in the mix of what's real. Don't put me on no, you know, in no, fantasy world, because that's not reality. And you get the real deal of a place when you go and you put me in the place where everything really happened. So if I come to your place, don't be like, oh, I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you. No, show me the everyday life, because that's what I want to see. Right there. And we were 10 days amongst the locals. It was like a hotel that sat in the middle of what you want to call the hood. I kid you not. Like literally, we walked through alleys. We walked the streets. People were just everywhere. The restaurant we went to, it was so beautiful. The restaurant was always open, and not open because it was open like they didn't close at night, but it was open. There was no shades or anything that covered it was upstairs. You go up the stairs and the whole up top part of it was open. So it was a roof, and it was like stakes. And so it was like windows there, but it wasn't windows. It was just an opening. Maybe I have to show y'all the pictures. I think I did. Here we go. Check out my video from my solar return this year, and y'all might be able to see. I'm not sure if I got any shots of that restaurant in that video, but definitely check it out and you might see it. But what I'm saying is this place was just, and guess what it was called? The place was called Africa. I loved it. And they gave us vegan food there. That's how I bought the trip that way. It was supposed to be served vegan, but you could have anything that you wanted. And when I tell you the food was more on the Mediterranean side, but the food was really, really good. And they baba ganoush, ooh, everything was real. Mango there don't taste like mango here. And they don't say mango, they say mango. Oh, thank you, Sadetra. I appreciate you, sis. Thank you so much. What does this say? Mood. Idling. I like it. Thank you. Fort Lauderdale. Okay. Oh, girl. Baba Ganoush. I was like, every day when I went in there, I was like, can you bring me some baba ganoush? The mangoes, the watermelons, the baba ganoush, the coconut. How about this? I drink hibiscus cold tea every day. They offered us mango juice, and hibiscus juice was like the big thing there. Juices, period, was the big thing there. They had juice stations or juice stores or whatever you want to call them, juice bars kind of thing, but it really wasn't like what you picture as a juice bar. It was like, again, one of these opening places, just open to the elements. And they had sugar cane juice, the you know, you can, when you go over there, you liable to, your stomach is liable to, you know, be messed up because everything is different. And even, you know, they don't even drink their own water. So if they actually prepare stuff with their water, that kind of stuff can make you sick because of the way it is. Or I don't know, something like that. So I got kind of like, my stomach got messed up. I Googled, like, what can I do for that? And it said, drink some sugarcane juice. I went that next day, got me some sugarcane juice, and it was all she wrote. I was done. I was perfect. My stomach wasn't messed up no more. I was golden. I was so happy I didn't know what to do. And every day I went and I got juice. I went and got all kinds of juices every day. I had the containers like this, and literally containers like this, y'all. Fresh pressed juice. We not talking about nobody's Tropicana, okay? We not talking about high C. Fresh pressed juice. And we talking about in Egypt. So we talking about some pure, you know, Egypt is in Africa. So we talking about some pure stuff. Baby. Well, our money, what it costs our money, I gave them $1 because I had left my converted money at the room, the convert. So I had American money. So I gave them $1, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much." Because I told them to keep it. You know, they would have to give me change if I would have. You know, they was like, "No, no, 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 no. This is way too much money. It's way too much money." $1 was way too much money for all the juice that I had bought. I had 3 like this. Think about this big. I don't know how the ounces was because it didn't have ounces on it. So it was crazy. Crazy. Yep. And I brought back the hibiscus tea. Hibiscus tea was a staple, y'all, in reversing my high blood pressure. I drank it all the time. And so when I got there and that was offered, and it was iced tea, but it was hibiscus tea and it was cold. Then they did this one where they mixed the hibiscus and the mango together and it looked like a tequila sunrise. So nice, y'all. Okay. Oh, what is baba ganoush? Baba ganoush is I know, bro. I would have never thought about doing it as cold. I only drink hibiscus tea hot. I have only ever drank it hot. But when I came back, I brought back the original hibiscus from Africa, y'all, in the big old bag, like a big plastic bag. I went in the thing. I'm telling you, it's so cheap. I wish I could have had like 5 or 6 of them. I'm just not finishing it up. Actually, a year later, I'm just finishing it up. I had so much. I actually not even finished it up. I had finished up 1 container. But yeah, baba ganoush is eggplant. What else is in baba ganoush? Hold on. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I want some right now. It's so doggone good. Baba ganoush. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what's in it. It's eggplant, tahini, lemon juice, garlic, and olive oil. It's like a dip. So good. So good. It's so good. When I was in Morocco, they made the best mint tea and offered to you every hour to help with the heat. Oh, really? Okay, that's different. Oh, okay. You already put it on there. Look at me. I'm all behind in the chat, bro. Yeah, tahini is sesame seed paste. Elevated me to you. Peace and love. Welcome in. Peace, love, and wellness. I said I was getting off of here and I didn't. It is so good, y'all. Maybe I'll make some. Maybe I will make some. I don't know if I can make it like them. Theirs was so smooth. Is Allison in here? Allison! Welcome in, sis. Allison was in that chat we were having about the different foods and things like that. So definitely we're going to have a great time. Sedatra, your suggestion is coming up the ramp. So definitely be looking out for you. You know, you want the alternative to turkey burger. I got you on that. And I got you, Allison, on the curry chicken. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I got you on that. Britt wanted an alternative to, she said steak, potatoes, and, what was it? Steak, potatoes. Well, of course, the potatoes will stay. Or I might make up a different mash instead of potatoes with that. But, asparagus, and then she also wanted the her and the two of them, which is Nisha and Britt, both asked for meatloaf. So and then Simply Sunshine Moments wanted the seafoods. So she was like, seafood. I told her I would either do, she said shrimp to be exact. So I'll probably either do a seafood boil, an unseafood boil, or I may do fish, shrimp, and unshrimp, unfish, and chips, or something like that for her. So if you have anything that you want me to veganize, change and make it plant-based, I got you. You know, just give me the list. And I do remember all of these off the top of my head because I do pay attention to everything. I pay attention to detail. I pay attention to whatever it is that you say that you desire. I still owe Britt a full go to the grocery store comparison shop to show you that you can, for what you're paying for, you can get the opposite of that. I mean, you can get that and pay the same amount for healthier options. Thank you, Simply Sunshine. But I'm about to get off here because y'all know, some of y'all do, some of y'all don't. But you know, I care for my mom, so I'm about to go over there. I'm actually overdue. I try to go early as possible when possible. And today I should have made it an early day, but I usually be at work anyway till 7:30, so it wouldn't matter anyway. I used to make fried okra for a long time. It was so good. Yes, and guess what? Okra is one of my favorites too. I put okra in my greens. I mean, not in it, but I put it on to have with my greens. I put it in my cabbage with my cabbage. I do okra, tomatoes, and onions. OMG. I drink okra water. Okra has so many benefits. Definitely tap into okra. That is definitely that. You love okra not slimy? Well, I mean, how do you have okra not slimy unless you're frying it? Good night, sis. Good night. Good night. I am getting off here though, y'all. It's 8 o'clock. I don't know what time I got on here, but I want everybody to have a beautiful night. I will be uploading this to, like I said, to the members only side. Do you ever use it for your hair, just like squeeze the juices out of it? No, but I have used avocados on my hair and made a avocado paste and let it sit, and it actually took forever to get that out of there, so I'll probably never do it again. Because I caught myself doing some and I wasn't. But no, I never did that with okra. I never did that with okra. Yes, you will be able to catch the replay of this Simply Sunshine Moments because you are a member. So you just going over to the member side. But definitely, no, I never done that. But everybody have a beautiful night. Peace, love, and lights to the chat. And I'll see y'all in these YouTube streets one way or the other. So make sure y'all tapping in because I'll be tapping in over there. Oh, saute it doesn't get slimy? Oh, I don't know, honey, because all mine be slimy. Yes, to a great week ahead. Yes, yes, positive vibes only to the great week ahead. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Good night, 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 good night. Peace, love, and wellness.